going on, everybody? It's CVC 2001, R. Kelly. Anyways, today I'm going to answer some more questions. I actually lost a bunch of the questions. Somehow they got deleted. So if you sent me a question and I haven't answered it, please resend it now. I have a whole slew of questions I'm going to do in this video, so I hope you guys enjoy them. If you haven't checked out my latest video I posted up last night with Overflow, where we talk about the Call of Duty Ghost Aliens mode that's supposed to be replacing zombies, check it out. It's really good. Now, my first branch of questions is from my friend Tony W., who actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about him because he's one of the people that I actually kind of shocked that he's a fan now. And I appreciate you, Tony, if you watch this video, because originally he started out kind of hating on me, and now I've received about 5 or 6 emails asking me questions, and he's pretty much viewed my videos as they've come out, which I really appreciate. So thank you very much, Tony. And thank you very much everybody else who has participated. I swear, I'm not trying to single him out particularly. I just thought it was really neat that he started out as a hater and became a good subscriber. Thank you very much. All right, his first question is, what is your take on the government shutdown? My take on the government shutdown is this is so fucking stupid. What this equates to is they, are trying to screw us, the lower class Americans, the people who don't make $100,000 a year. Okay, by doing Obamacare, it is putting us in a predicament, because what it's doing is it's causing other places like Bilo, for instance, where I was working, 28 hours. That was all they would give me because they didn't want to make me a full-time person because they didn't want to have to pay for the benefits. So Obamacare has pretty much screwed us in that sense. Okay, the government shutdown is another way to kind of like WIC is now shut down because there's no financing for it. Women and children, women, infant, and children's. Okay, that is very important. That helps people who don't make a lot of money and can't afford this extra stuff get food for their children and themselves while they're pregnant. Now, there are flip sides to all that, but I'm not going to go into that, and most of you guys know what the flip side is. I think the government shutdown is a way to kind of, get rid of Medicaid and get rid of food stamps and get rid of WIC and get rid of all the government, I'm trying to think of what I'm saying, government programs that can help people, but at the same time people are abusing. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It gets rid of a lot of people that are abusing the government programs, but it screws the people that really need it. So I'm not particularly happy with the shutdown. I think it's fucking stupid, and it's a waste of our government's, or not our government, it's a waste of our taxpayers' money. And honestly, the Congress and the House should not draw their paycheck if the government shut down, nor should the president. Because if the rest of the government people are not making money off of this because of this shutdown, then nobody should if the government shut down. That's my opinion, and I know that right as of now, they are starting to put people back to work, and that's a good thing, but it still hasn't broken. I'm actually gonna update here, look it up here soon, see how it's all going. Another thing he says is he works in a weapons factory. I'm not going to say where he's from, and we may get furloughed if it goes on much longer. And I would like, yeah, okay, on Obama and Obamacare. Okay, he wants to know my opinion on Obama and Obamacare. Obama is nothing but a puppet. Somebody's pulling his strings in the background, and that somebody is insurance companies, because they're the only ones who seem to profit from Obamacare, or insurance companies. The government won't, and it's just this is stupid. Honestly, next to the Bush Jr. is probably one of the worst presidents ever. I mean, I don't get it. How hard is this to balance a fucking budget? Honestly, I could balance the budget in 3 years. You know how? Legalize marijuana, tax the ever-living crap out of it, okay? I'm talking have strict rules on this. If you get caught smoking a joint in your car, you get a DUI, okay? You go to jail like you're driving under suspension, not driving under the influence, okay? But you don't get hit for a possession charge. You get hit for like you're driving drunk. Now, in my experience, and I've smoked a lot of pot in my younger years, not anymore, never again, I was a better driver when I was high, or at least I thought I was, okay? I know for a fact there's been some times when I was stoned off my ass that I was cruising down the road at a whole whopping, 35 miles an hour in a 55 because I was that paranoid. So there is a little balance to not balance, and it's like, folks, if we want a good government, we need to not we need to have somebody that actually gives a shit about us. And unfortunately, most of the folks out there, they do, but they don't. That what they care about is lining their own pockets. And Obamacare is a stupid fucking idea. I say we need Canada or England. You know, England's idea. Okay, if I get hurt, I go to a hospital, I get taken care of. There's no bill because my taxes pay for the bill. And I could be wrong, and there's going to be about 8 million people going, "You're saying it wrong. It's all wrong." But that's as far as I understand it. So that's what I have to say about that. I think Obamacare and Obama was probably one of the worst ideas ever. So, all right, and here's another one because he is. Hold on a minute, baby girl. I need. Okay, go put it in the sink. Okay. In a few minutes. I love you, baby. Okay, another one from Tony is, what got you into gaming and why did you choose to go to uh, school to work on computers? Well, gaming was a Super Nintendo, and it was Earthbound, one of my favorite games ever. I loved it. I still love it. I have an emulator on my computer and I play it because it's fun to me. It's a great RPG, and the ending of that is so difficult to figure out unless you read the strategy guide. You're never going to figure it out. And as far as computers, I've been into computers since I was 8 years old. Uh, Probably, no, actually about 9 years old, because it was about a year after I started smoking that I got into computers. And well, I gave up cigarettes and still working on computers. And I just wanted to advance my knowledge because what had happened was I got into computers heavily, and then I hit puberty, and girls and other things became more important, and I got a job, I got married, I got kids, and I'm like, man, I still love computers. I should go to school, get a degree, and make a life for my family, and still enjoy what I'm doing. Now, I still love working on computers. Me and my dad just found a score, $100, four laser printers, and probably about 16 computers that we can, probably about 10 of them we can build into nice little starter computers. I got one that I was tinkering with right now that I slapped a little video card in and got a gig of RAM, and I'm gonna put an 80 gig hard drive in it, load Windows XP, throw it on Craigslist for 50, $60. Nothing but pure profit right there. Because when it's done, it'll be able to run well because it's got a gig of RAM on an XP. You can do your homework assignments on there if you can put like um, Windows Office 2003 stuff like that on there, and it'll play lower end games, like games from about like 5 or 6 years ago. And people are like, well, we don't want to play those games. Yes, you will. You'll still, COD is awesome and all that, and a lot of these new games are really cool. But every once in a while, you want to go back to an old game that you played before and sit down and play it. But it's a nice little starter computer for like an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old, something like that. So the parents aren't going out dropping like $300-400 on a computer that you know is going to be too complicated for them. All right, so I think that's a yep. Okay, now um, here is another Q&A from another individual. I want to make sure he's all right with me saying his name before I say this. Should have reread this one. Okay, his name is Rana Ronan. I think I said that right. I apologize if I butchered your name. Um, he's got a couple random questions and he's got a couple personal questions. So I have no problem answering any questions if you guys want me to answer any questions. What do you think of the U.S. government shutdown? I've already answered that one. Mr. W asked me that one, so I hope I answered that one sufficiently for the both of you. If for some reason you were reincarnated, what would you be? You know something? What would I be? What would I want to be if I was reincarnated? My great great grandson. I would love to be my great great grandson. That's what I would be reincarnated as. If I could be reincarnated as anybody, I would want to be my great great grandson. So that way I could hear tales about me. Yes, I know. Very shallow. Alright, next question. What do you think World of Warcraft movie Warcraft, will it be any good? I hate World of Warcraft. I'm sorry if anybody doesn't like that part of my opinion, but I cannot stand that game. I'm not really big on MMOs. Um, I'm actually thinking about trying Wings of Icarus because I like the idea of it. Or, I'm sorry, Guns of Icarus. Excuse me, I butchered that. Because I like the idea of Guns of Icarus, but I just can't do World of Warcraft. I think the movie might be pretty interesting if they put effort into it and make it a good medieval adventure. Let's have people decapitating orcs. Let's not like gay it up like anything by UA Ball. Let's talk Peter Jackson type deal if they are doing a Warcraft movie. All right. Next question is: do you think Steam Box will be as popular as next gens? I think honestly, I'm gonna buy a Steam Box because I like the idea of the catalog that's already there. Because they have a massive catalog that's already there, and the Steam Box will run it. And as far as what Steam Box I'll get, I'll probably shoot for the high end one because if I'm gonna invest a lot of money, I want it to be able to play anything I can throw it at. It has a very very big catalog. As far as I understand, I should be able to just import my catalog as of now, which is over 80 games. And they should be able to support the majority of the games there, even if they are Windows based, because Steam would be smart. I know it runs Linux, but there are patches on Linux that make stuff run like it's on Windows. I mean, that's something that Linux programmers figured out years ago how to do. And they're not the greatest patches in the world, but they do their job. So I think Steam Box will hold its own because of the catalog and the fact that it will outperform the next gen consoles for years to come. So, and will I be streaming on Twitch soon? Well, I am trying to finish up this computer. As far as Twitch streaming goes, this computer cannot actually handle the streaming part and the gaming part. I got it to stream temporarily for like a few minutes about a week ago, but it's just there's not enough power on this little dual core to run a game and stream. And since I don't have a console, then obviously I can't stream console gaming. Now, sooner or later, I will get a console. Personal questions. What would be my biggest fear? Losing my family. That is my biggest fear. It terrifies the shit out of me. I don't like thinking about it, but that's my biggest fear. And does your family like the idea of you doing YouTube? My kids love it. They think it's great, and I'm going to probably get them involved more once I can get better equipment like a camera, a better mic, and stuff like that. Hold on a minute, chickie butt. Let me finish this up, and I'll get you some. But as far as my wife, this is where that whole partnership comes in. I can do this because it earns a little bit. She doesn't look at this, if I'm not earning something, as a constructive time use, okay? Now, don't anybody get upset about that because, we have had so much crap happen to us over the last couple years that if I'm not earning money, then to her it's kind of a waste of time. And it's okay. I get her point of view. I'm not mad at her. Nobody should just, don't even worry about it. Now, I am partnered, if anybody wonders. My partnership works out kind of like Wings. It's all based on clicks, CPMs, clicks per minute, or something like that. And the more you guys watch without ad block, the more you guys check out these wonderful ads that these folks are putting up on my channel. So for your guys' enjoyment, it helps me out a lot. It actually will help me afford new equipment. It'll help me get a better mic instead of using this one. The more views I get, the more I can earn. and I hate talking about that, and I'm sorry for talking about it, but I wanted you guys to understand, because I know a couple people said something about my audio quality. Well, as soon as I can earn a little bit more, I can buy a new mic. I can get better, stuff as it goes along. So that's that. So, Mr. Bjork, we're gonna do that one. I appreciate your questions, and thank you for your time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, and there's more to come. You guys just need to keep sending them. Keep sending them. If I don't answer them right away, it's okay. If you sent it to me like a couple weeks ago and I still haven't answered it, resend the questions because I will answer them. I promise. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, leave a rating. You know what I mean. So